Oh, I forgot to make him a co-host. Sorry, Coach.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Okay. 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 Yes. Okay. We're going to get this out in the open. We have thoroughly missed the coach's corner. Okay. I don't know in Japan, like we love you guys, but like it was like, I don't know, in the AM. Okay. Let's just say early AM hours, like 2 or 3 in the morning, something like that. I forget what it was. So thank you for all of you that have been just moving right along. We love that too, though, is that the coach's corner lives on, right? And that's the great thing. And Michelle McKay, Cynthia Bolden, Brenda Carlton, thank you for grabbing the torch and carrying it through that. We really, really appreciate your partnership. And we would love just to go around the horn and just say hi to everybody. I mean, you guys are just this community is just amazing. I mean, when I look across to all of you, so thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We love you so much. So the word for today is, and we did not see any birthdays, so we looked over the birthday. So if it's your birthday, Courtney, let us know. Okay. Okay, put it in the comment. I'm kidding, Courtney. I know it's not your birthday today, but anybody that is your birthday, let us know in the comments. But the word for today is serve. Serve. And I'm going to jump right into it because I got a few things I want to say about this word because it struck me a little different this morning. I got up at about 4 a.m. this morning because, well, let's just say I'm all out of sorts on time zones. So got up at 4 a.m. and I was reading through some stuff and doing some self-development work and it was not obviously what I was reading didn't know that the word today was serve, but I want to parallel hopefully both of them together. So if you look at the definition of serve, it's to perform duties or services for another person or an organization or a group of people. I think of serve as maybe the waiter or the waitress, or maybe even you to your spouse or to your kids, or you or maybe you're a kid that does it to your dad, Peyton, is you serve like a beverage, right? You bring them a glass of coffee, a cup of coffee, or a glass of tea or whatever. And one of the quotes I came across was a person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, and a hand willing to help others. And I thought, how powerful is that? We all control in this 24 hours the ability to be full of love, to be ready to listen to people, and to be willing to help somebody in need or help somebody that you see a need. So I believe that when I look at the greatest server of all times, and I look at the way Jesus served others, it's like serving in that manner really prepares us to lead. It prepares us to lead people because without service, it's hard to lead, right? Because we'll be sitting over there going, "What's in it for me? Why did our not already happen?" Like the service, you look up and you're like, wow, it's turned into this because I was willing to serve, right? Well, I say, even in business, like money always follows value. Somebody's searching how to make more money, give more value. Watch what happens over time. So, a couple of questions. And what's neat about this serve is we're doing a 12-week study that a lot of you in here are involved with Todd Falcone, and we're talking about this is like I'm going to give you 3 reflective questions to evaluate yourself like I did me this morning. Number 1, talking about serving, am I truly listening to other people's needs? Or am I quick to impose my own solutions? Let me challenge all of us. And this is where I drew this, and I got to be quick. When you listen to a Zoom, do you listen and critique, or do you listen to gain knowledge? I thought about this morning. I thought about myself. Well, they're not doing this. They're not doing that. They're not, and it's like, do I listen to go, oh, I'm going to critique everything? Or do I listen and go, let me see if I can pull some knowledge out of this for my own personal life? So my same way with listening to other people's needs. Am I listening to their needs without having to fixate myself on being a solution? Like I got to impose this morning for myself. Number two, am I adding value to their lives in a meaningful way? We can't call it. Sometimes we got to call somebody to ask about their family, ask about how the kids are doing, ask about their life. Like people don't care what we got until they know we care. So if I'm just always calling them because I need their credit card number, then I'll probably become the red button on people's phone rather than the green button. It's a huge value point. And I didn't mean that, Al. I wasn't calling you out. We're in the same training. Okay. So I know Al's not that way. So, and am I serving from a place of authenticity and care without expecting something in return? And I say this a lot, and it and when people call me and they say, "Will you do this? Will you do a Zoom? Will you do?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's take it for what we can learn, not just what we can earn." Right? So, yeah, let's do the Zoom. Let's talk to somebody. I'll never forget the minute I had a phone conversation with Brenda Carlton for the first time, her and Larry, right? I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know if they were going to join. I didn't know any of that. Let's take it for what we can learn about two amazing human beings and not just what I'm going to earn, right? It's not just a transaction. So, anyways, great reminder for me. And I'm going to turn it to Andrea after this, but I just want to say this. It's on my heart. The odds of being born are 1 in 400 trillion. Just being here this morning on the coach's corner, this, we've all hit the lottery like 10 times over being born. It's 1 in 400 trillion. Like it's crazy odds. So I believe you and I were put here for a mission in life to be that person that like steps out, makes the difference in the day, like serves others, really creates something that lives on past us to where we affect w- we affect something really special. And sometimes we don't even know what we're affecting, but we're serving because we know through serving it changes the scope of so many different things. So Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson this morning, Coach. Can you hear me okay? Okay,
Gotcha.
thank you for the thumbs up. No. Peyton did thumbs up and then he went to stretch and I thought he was flipping it to a thumbs down. I'm like, oh no. Okay, I'm going to take that as a thumbs up. So the quote that I found that I loved, because anybody else think, oh, what can I do? Right? When you think about kind of the world today and maybe some of the things that you'd want to fix, and sometimes we can feel so small that we think, oh, I can't make a difference. What could I do? How could I help? Like, I can't really do a whole lot. But what I found was it says great opportunities to help others seldom come along, but small ones surround us every single day. And I thought about that. I thought, man, that is so empowering that yes, I can't save every single homeless animal out there. I can't, darn it. But I could save a couple. I can save a few. I can feed a bunch. There are things that I could do. And I wish you guys had been with me in Japan because I literally had the opportunity. I walked by and it was a pet store, and I literally went in and burst into tears like a crazy person. Like the person working there was probably like, okay, let's get this crazy person out of here. But they were all these little puppies and they all needed homes. And I thought, well, I can't take them home from Japan, but I really want to. But anyway, maybe I could have fed one or something, but we can all find those little ways that we can help. And so what I looked into was, okay, what are some of those things? What are some of the things that I can do to go make a difference out in this world today to serve others? So first of all, I can donate. And sometimes when we think about donating, we just think dollars, but there's so much more that we can donate. Obviously, it can be our money, it can be our time, and it can be our resources. And one of the things that I looked into around that, it's like kind of when you're doing, anybody else do that, like spring or winter or whenever, cleanup where you go through all of your 8 million closets. Like when you're going to store things, it seems like you don't have any storage space. But when you go to clean out those storage spaces, you realize you have way too much. But you're cleaning out, and it said only give something away if you would actually want to receive it. And so I love that, where it's like we can go through and we can find the things that we would love and that served us really well, and we can give it to somebody else so it can go serve them well. And I want to take this moment to say thank you to so many of you that donated your resources recently to my sister. You guys know that she's going through a battle right now. You know, I can't talk about it because I'm a blubbering mess, but I'm so grateful for all of you that just loved on the post, that shared it, that also donated, because those little likes and comments and all of that helped it get the word out. And she's being so blessed by that. So thank you for that. Next is we can feed the hungry, right? And that can look like the homeless, that can look like the elderly, but it also can look a little bit different, because think about the people in your life that maybe are going through a battle. Go bring them a meal. Or that new mama. I still remember the people that fed me when I had my babies, and they're 16 and 19. And one of it literally was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And it was the best meal I've probably ever had, because when you have that new baby, you're hungry and you just want somebody to be your mama when you're having to be somebody else's mama. And how many times can we do that for somebody, a new neighbor, to welcome them in and just let them know that they are a welcome part of your community? Provide that meal and that little bit of time. Next, we can mentor. Every single one of us has skills. We've gathered skills. You know, I can tell you how to make a mean cup of coffee on the road, right? Maybe that could be my skill. But whatever it looks like, we've all gathered skills in our life. Go find somebody to pour those skills into. Share with them. Again, donate and serve with our time and with our wisdom. And then lastly, share your passion. We all are excited about something. Maybe it's, the critters that you see on the street. Maybe it's driving a tractor. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's growing an empire. Maybe it's just serving in your community in some way. We all have passion. We all have things that get us fired up. Go share that, because when we share our passion, we are truly serving the world, and we're taking that passion to the next level. So that's what I had this morning, Coach. You had a great message. Man, I missed all these faces. It's so good to be back.
This was great. This was a great morning. Thank you guys for being a part of this. We love you. We're grateful for you. Have a great and blessed Thursday. Let's go change the world out there today. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Have
Thank
a
you.
great
Thank
day.
you.
Great job.